But that's really cool. I like that. So for me, when I go to new countries, like for souvenirs, I buy myself a piece of jewelry. Nothing that crazy, but like just
Yeah.
something like, oh, this was from this trip, or
Yes.
like an accessory, like a scarf or a hat or something that I can wear, often. Um, and but I like your haircut idea. I think that's pretty cool.
Actually, for me was the word explore have always stood out for me. So part of the traveling is to explore the whole culture in different aspects, from the food
Mm,
to the what they are famous for. If they are famous for shoes, clothes, as you said, jewelry. Like Italy, they have beautiful jewelry, for example. So I had something from there. But I
that's
like
awesome.
also your idea, getting some kind, even if a small kind of jewelry from
Yeah,
every place that stays forever, rather than a piece of clothes.
yeah. And you know what? You said exploring. So I have really good sense of smell. Hi everyone. We're just waiting for people to come in. So just shooting the breeze a little bit. Um, when I explore, when I go to a new city, I usually catch a scent. Like I swear, sometimes I'm part bloodhound, and whatever that's like when I'm hungry, obviously, and I follow the scent to whatever it is. It's usually a bakery or it's something with garlic in it. That's my I love baked goods and I love garlic. Um, but yeah, and it's always good. It's like the nose knows.
Yeah, and garlic smell is really, really strong. So I'm sure if it's in one part of the street, you're gonna keep going until you get there.
Yeah. Oh, I love garlic. And I'm getting hungry, even though I just had breakfast. All right, let's get started and talk about coaching since
Yes.
that's what we're here. So, officially, good morning and good evening and good day to everyone who is here or watching us later. Because as we realized, both of us are in the US and we changed time. We went to the past, future. I never know how to explain. I hate time zone changes. Anyway, we changed times.
Fall back,
So
fall back, spring ahead. That's how you
there
remember
you go.
it.
There you go. So we're both here an hour earlier than we thought we were going to be, but it's okay. It is lovely to be here. I'm Magda. Hello. And with me is Nihad, one of our lovely coaches slash trainers. Hello.
Hi, Magda.
Hi. Last time we spoke, you were in the Middle East somewhere, and today you're in Arizona, yeah?
Yeah, that's the beauty of being everywhere, being global rather than being in one place.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Um, Travel is fascinating. It's really great to actually, all of our coaches are like this because everything we do is virtual. So it
Yes.
is kind of great to always ask, well, not only how are you, but where are you? And, you know,
That's the common question. I agree because now everybody is everywhere and everybody's doing work across the board, globally,
yeah,
wherever you are. So there's no limitations whatsoever.
which is pretty awesome. And speaking of the limitations, it's kind of what this conversation is about today, isn't it? Because you have made a very cool and interesting and successful global borderless career out of coaching.
Yes, yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your path?
Uh, it's a very passionate subject and very close to my heart because it's exploring myself. So, being a coach, you always help the client explore and discover themselves. But for me, my career being a coach helped me understand myself more, know more what I like and what I'm really passionate about, understand my purpose in life, what's driving me at all times, and finding out that such a career of being a coach allows you to work with anybody, anytime, anywhere, and allows you to be the boss of your career forever. This is the eternity where you don't really get stuck to a job, to a company, to a boss. You are the one who can decide on everything, be it how many hours you want to work, and with whom you're going to work, and that gives you the sense of being in control rather than leaving yourself up to whatever happens with the economy, with the companies, with the world as well. So it's just a liberating feeling. It's the freedom of choosing what you want and when you want.
Now it is, not that you have the successful career, but I imagine that it didn't just happen overnight.
Absolutely. Lots of hard work.
Yeah. So, did you set out once you learned this whole world? My hair keeps sticking up. Sorry, it's distracting me. Um, this whole world of coaching. Once you entered this world and you found your passion, your calling, what did that look like? Did you know right away that this was going to be the thing that you focus on, or was there a transition?
To be honest, it was from the beginning the thing that sparked me, the thing that just put some light inside me and kept me wanting more. And starting in one thing, my first start was emotional intelligence, and such a really powerful place to start from before you become even a coach, because everything when you're coaching even relates to understanding your emotions as a coach and the emotions of the client, how aware you are, how aware the client is. Am I aware but not doing anything about, when I feel down, when my motivation is down? So that is the beautiful part of understanding self. So emotional intelligence was my first step into understanding self, and deciding at that time that I didn't know what was my noble goal, what was my life purpose. I was just moving to another country at that time, and though I was still working with the same organization, so I still know the culture, used to it, but moving to a different country brings a lot of beautiful things, definitely, and experiences, but there is always this fear that is either get us stuck, or it could be an opportunity for us to literally jump in and evolve and do something totally different. So understanding that my noble goal, my purpose was not clear, was that's a starting point. And I wanted to define it. So I started on a journey of journaling at that time. I was writing every night, every time something comes to my mind. And that's how I explored, okay, now I am clear. That's my purpose in life. I want to facilitate positive change for anybody, anywhere. For me, that is the core of coaching, facilitating, provoking thinking. And from that part, I came across coaching, and I thought that's the right thing for me to get in. So I started the first program, and I never stopped learning from that step onwards. It's a career that you choose to do, but the learning is never ending. It's the non-stop. If you stop learning, to be honest, that has always been my feeling, because learning and continuous growth is a very important value for me. So if we could stop learning in life in general, we are like we are stop living. We're just existing. We're not alive anymore. Learning brings life into our mind, into the way we build relationships, into the way we manage and lead our life, into the choices. What choices we make, it depends on our knowledge, our awareness. So learning is a must, and being a coach, that's the first rule I think you get. Of course, doesn't mean that every coach has to continuously learn. I believe it's extremely important, even if it's a bite-sized learning. But however, it keeps you going, it keeps you alive. And every time, like yesterday, I attended the one of the sessions done by Fiona Madison, which Kochaya were the one hosting. And it was such a beautiful session, so much learning, so much insights in it. And believe it or not, I was listening to it while I was in the gym. And I stayed longer because I was listening and exercising, but she was giving me ideas. The whole Ram was there, you were there. And I was hearing the conversation and seeing, it's like, wow, it made me enjoy my class, my gym time. And I left with different energy.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That makes me really happy. And you know what? Um, when I think about the continuous learning for a coach, I do think it's mandatory. I don't think it's a choice, because if you don't have that drive for learning and that curiosity, then those two things to me go hand in hand with coaching, right? We as coaches, we don't show up in a room and we just kind of, sit there. Okay, you talk, right? No, we partner with the client and we ask curious questions. If we didn't have that curiosity and we didn't want to learn what this person has to say, then we wouldn't be good coaches.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if we are not coming from a place of unknown, we are asking purposeful questions to understand that client. We are helping the client reflect on self. So the whole process is around us being very active mentally, physically, and emotionally, to be very honest, switching on all our senses to be able to hear, sense, and feel what is going on in for that client, and being able to openly share what we are observing, what we are noticing, and seeing how does that land for our client.
Mm. So, the topic of our conversation today is coaching, a future proof career. It sounds like you've had a wonderful experience with coaching so far, and that you're all continuously learning, and that just it's amazing. It's so lovely to hear, because you've clearly found your purpose and your purpose has found you, and there's a really good match there. No ambiguity there. So for others who find this and maybe they are worried, can this thing be something that I can do for the rest of my life? You think, I'm guessing, that yes, you can. So why don't you tell us why you think that coaching is a future proof career?
I feel with the turbulences that are happening globally in terms of the employment market, and some jobs becoming obsolete, some new jobs are emerging. Coaching sounds to be for me that the kind of career that will be always needed, the type of career that there's always an opportunity that you could open with be it on individual level, on life coaching aspect, or in helping others manage their career or individually, not even if they are part of a corporate, and also on a corporate level. Organizations are moving fast towards a complete change. People earlier, like when we talk about coaching virtually, I say I use the virtual word. I use coaching virtually since 12 and 15 years. Being virtual is not something new to me, and that's because of coaching. So coaching made me ready for that future which nobody comprehended years ago, that we're going to shift that much to become virtual, and that people will start accepting it, and organizations will become more open to say you can work from home. It's not an issue for you wherever you are. So people even are moving countries because it doesn't make any difference where am I sitting if I am still doing the same work that I need to do. So with the changes that are constantly happening, with the complexity of the life around us, I feel coaching is the first and the most important thing that everybody would need. We coach teachers. We want to, for example, in schools, we look at how can we change the learning system? How can we change the culture, the environment? And this doesn't happen through learning and training alone, because training and learning would make you enjoy that moment and feel you get insights. And that's like in the corporate, a lot of leaders say, I attended this training, I attended that training, but I go back to my work, I'm overwhelmed with the work, things comes my way, I go back to the old way of doing things, the old habits comes quicker my way. So be it in terms of changing habits, changing cultures in schools, in universities, in all the educational system, in terms of the parenting, the relationships, all the dynamics of existence could benefit of having a coach. So wherever you are in your career, if you are able to see what is the area that you feel you are really good at, like one of my clients, he's really good in the work life balance. He enjoys living life to the fullest. At the same time, he is successful in his career, but he doesn't go the extreme either way. So one time I was thinking, you know what, this is literally sounds to be a great talent. So what if you are able to use that talent in helping others find happiness? Because a lot of people, and that's common, that the work-life balance kind of, we talk about it, it doesn't exist. So having a career that gives you all that freedom, letting go of the fear of what if I lose my job? And this is becoming very evident. The move towards independent contractors is becoming quicker, and the percentage of Those who make these choices are becoming higher globally. So independent worker means I'm gonna divorce the corporate, but I'm gonna still build that relationship at different levels to be able to get the job or the type of work that I like. So choosing such a career wherever you are, and I always say don't jump in quickly. Start slow. And because starting slow in attending, for example, one program first, or getting a coach, working with a coach to really feel that experience and see how powerful and how life transforming is an experience or a work with a coach could really impact you, impact how you live your life, impact you coming up with a career plan, a roadmap for your career. Because we always feel people in the corporate, being in HR also, part of my experience and in leadership development for so many years in the corporate, people always come say, the company is not building my career. The company has no career path for me. The company is not doing this for me. And I truly believe that, you are the only one responsible for your career. Nobody is gonna take the remote control yourself and change your life. If you want to, as you say in coach area, I came across, if you want to change your life, change your story. So if I want to change my story in my career, I need to go back and be the one who is creating that map. What do I want to have in my career? What do I don't want to have? What am I tolerating now, wherever I am? So finding that career and working with a coach, that's the first step, will help you literally unlock that potential, see your strength that you're not using enough. Or maybe deciding on what is the exit plan for me from where I am now to where I want to go. Because again, fear would cripple us, would hold us back. So if you're in a job that is secure, you're afraid from the insecurity. But nothing is secure anymore. There's no security anymore. But if you are the one leading and guiding your own career, and especially because coaching allows you not only to be a small company who is getting business or even a bigger company, there's so many channels where you could work as a coach. There is working through a third party. You could be a coach, a mentor coach. You could be a coach trainer. There's a lot of things to do. You could choose a niche. Like if I'm excellent in selling, if all my experience is in sales, I can easily become a sales coach. If all my experience is being strategic and only CEO and executive level, I can coach executives. So I can choose my niche based on my background, but I am bringing a bigger value to how I position myself when I bring coaching as part of my capabilities and my competencies. I become more competent in my role wherever I am, but more competent also to work with clients.
That's awesome. You just basically summarized why coaching is amazing. I love it. And I think when you talked about how the world has changed and the shifts we're seeing in employment right now, I think that's the key to consider here, right? It's not just that we're saying coaching is this lovely thing, it makes you feel happy. It does. And but it's also such a practical thing now. The world has woken up to the need for it, the use for it, and the applications of it. And when we work with corporate clients at Coachariat, I'm sure you will echo this. It's not that you're coming in and, for example, training people to just be coaches, and coaching is like, it's bookended. No, it's like it's a hat that you wear, and it's like, how can you apply coaching, the skill, not necessarily just coaching the profession, to other things that you do. So it's not just like, if someone watching now wants to quit their job and become a coach, it's not that it's you're done and this is the only thing for the rest of your life. No, it's actually a skill that you can then add to other things that you do. We talk, in our programs, we have physicians,
Yes,
surgeons, right?
yes.
We have, you mentioned teachers, executives. Uh, Gosh, honestly, like every job I can think of, coaching other people, bringing out the best in other people is an amazing skill. So it's universally, I think, applicable.
Yeah, and the nice part, how does coaching helps us become more resilient? more able to deal with whatever the future will bring us, because this is how life it is by the end of the day. So being future ready, not only from a career point of view, but also from a thinking and from a mindset point of view. That, and pandemic was not an easy thing. That what happened was not easy, but however, it opened so many new opportunities. And if we want to look at the bright side always for whatever goes on for us, if I'm not happy in my job and I'm still tolerating that, means I might be missing a lot of other opportunities along the way. And people still having the traditional way of thinking. Like, if we think that only a job is what's going to bring us security, that's the old way of thinking. What we need to embrace is change in all aspects, and that's what coaching brings. It allows your mind to open up in a way that it doesn't go back to how it used to be, and that's the beauty of it. You are a new person. You are accessing the best version of yourself at all times, be it you are with your family, with your friends, at work, or managing your own business. So feeling stuck and staying where you are is not going to enable you to see the bright side. Starting with even micro steps of, as I said, doing trial sessions with coaches to know what is coaching, because all coaches would offer a chemistry free session. Attending webinars like Coach Aria's webinars, fantastic way. If you want to learn more about coaching, join and attend some of these webinars before even you do any investment in that direction, because that will really fire a lot, and there will be so much thinking beyond the current moment that you are in, to stretch you and help you start looking at, okay, how do I want my future to look like? What do I want to have in that future? And coaching yourself, as coaches, we always coach ourselves. And we try to, when we are with a client, sometimes we finish the session and you reflect like, oh my God, I learned a lot along the way. My client got the benefit, but I also, it was an opportunity for me to learn and evolve along the way. So learning that getting into coaching is literally one of the things that makes you a better person for you before even looking at the career.
It's extremely rewarding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a
You know,
beautiful word.
rewarding. Yeah. You know what? I frequently look at time, and how I spend it, because I think about it, and same with what I eat. I love food. It's like an investment, right? Like, you only have a finite amount of calories I can consume in a day, and there's only a finite amount of hours. And it's like, what am I spending? What am I investing my hours and my calories in? And work is the number one investment of time that we make.
Yeah.
Even those of I get 8 hours of sleep. I've always been a good sleeper, but even with my 8 hours of sleep, that's still not the biggest chunk of my time. Work is the biggest chunk of my time that I invest. So if it's rewarding and enjoyable, like, how great is that? The ROI on that investment is amazing. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And the idea of time spent, you can't have it again. Once it's gone, it's gone. So the whole idea, if how can you make the smart choice of how do you want to spend your time in terms of the career? What would be rewarding and fulfilling on personal level before looking at the return of the investment? What am I getting out of this? So as we always say, if your purpose is compelling and it's clear for you, it's going to make you enjoy the journey, and money will come. It's not about the money. The money is the end result. It will come. But enjoy the journey by doing something you are contributing to others and contributing to the community, to the whole, because a lot of our work, even as coaches, most of the coaches I know personally, they do also volunteer work in terms of coaching. There's a lot of humanitarian initiatives where they require coaches to support people and organizations, non-for-profit organizations, and that's a beautiful, also a noble goal beyond the part of the career that could help you build your capabilities as a coach. Because a lot of coaches say, how I'm going to get the hours for coaching? If I am applying for the ACC, the first level, I need 100 hours of coaching. How I'm going to get that? There is massive number of choices. Again, if we are opening our mind, we are opening the doors. If we are not, then we are looking at what we cannot do rather than what we can do. So there's so much opportunities once you get into learning and training. And as trainers in Coachella, we help the trainees not only learn the skill of being a coach, but also learn how to, beyond that, how to start that career. What is the options for you? What is the support network you need to build around you? Like in coaching, towards the end of the session, we say what resources you need, and that's what Cochoya learning would help. It's like helping you have the toolkit, helping you have not only the tools but the resources, how to build these resources, and literally leaving with a clear plan of how you're gonna not only get off the floor, but also to fly.
So beautiful. Neha, thank you so much for sharing your story and your passion. And I know that you've inspired people to at least explore coaching. And I'm so glad that you mentioned the various free things that we do, like the webinars, like this live, because we want coaching to spread to all corners of the world in, all languages, all areas, because anyone and everyone can benefit. So, a great way to dip your toes is to explore some of our free content. So please, everyone, join us. We'd love to have you. And if you are interested in becoming a coach, obviously, you know where to go, coacharia.com. We have plenty of programs coming up. And one of them is with our lovely speaker for today. She's going to do English language programs too. But the cool, exciting thing is that she's launching our first ever program in Arabic.
That's so exciting. Yay.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
And virtual as well.
I know. Everything's virtual. What's reality?
No.
So if you prefer to speak in Arabic, then working with Nihad is probably a great opportunity for you to do that. So maybe let's wrap it up with a message in Arabic to our Arabic listeners, Arabic speaking listeners.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting now to tell them. So I'll shift to Arabic. No, now I know Magda, you're not gonna understand this, but maybe I'll translate later for you. لجميع اللي مشاركينا اليوم بهاللايف سيشن، معلوماتكم يعني كوتشاريا فيها كتير جلسات بتنعمل لتخلق وعي أكتر عن الكوتشنج. البرنامج اللي أنا حقدم لكم إياه راح يساعدكم تدخلوا على ليفل الاسوشيت كوتش اللي هو الدرجة الأولى بالنسبة للاتحاد الدولي للكوتشنج. فبليز تابعونا ولتعرفوا امتى مواعيدنا وكيف تقدروا انتم تشاركوا معنا وتسجلوا بهالجلسات ان شاء الله. على بدايه السنه 2022 راح نبتدي اول دوره بالنسبه للاي سي سي كوتشنج باللغه العربيه، وكل المواد وكل الاشياء راح نستعملها كلها راح تكون بالعربي. وطبعا انا كماستر سيرتيفايد كوتش من الاتحاد الدولي للكوتشنج راح اكون اللي يعني حأكون أنا اللي بقدم هاي الجلسة من بدايتها لنهايتها. شكرا للجميع. Yes, I'm done.
Well, thank you. See, that was
I'm asking everybody to join us to learn more about Cocharia. And I was saying in January 2022, we're going to launch our first Arabic program that as a master certified coach, I'll be running the whole program, that our tools are going to be also in Arabic. So they have all these things available for them when they join us.
Love it. Thank you so much. And I'm excited. It's going to be our first Arabic program. There's so many Arabic speakers, and I know this is one of the first foreign language programs that we are foreign to me language programs, but I hope that we keep doing more and more. So if you also are listening and you are not an Arabic speaker but something else, and you have a request for a program in your language, hit us up. We'll see what we can do.
Absolutely.
Until then, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much, Nihad. Lovely to talk to you as always. And
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for inspiring us.
Absolutely. And have a wonderful beginning of a day, a new day.
Thank you. And end of the day to those of you who are going to bed now.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.